A very good evening to all my students here. A very good evening to all of you. And sorry for the delay. So, a very good evening to all of you. And you know that these lectures are taken from my home. So, unexpectedly, somebody knocked my bell. Then some society issue where I was supposed to be the part of that meeting, and I had to delay the class. 30 minutes class delay हुआ है, but don't worry, I have my commitments and I'm going to make this class very fruitful for all of you. This class will be actually fruitful for all the students who want to understand ST Coleridge and want to know about what is willing suspension of disbelief. Willing suspension of disbelief. This is a private live class. Willing suspension of disbelief. We are going to deal with this idea, this theory by St. Coleridge. Samuel Taylor Coleridge. This is the topic today. Now I'll check the screen if the things are visible. I still have to arrange my professional cameras and all because this is my house. So yes, the things are clear. You can see these things. So once again, good evening दोस्तों, सब लोग आ गए और आज का टॉपिक है willing suspension of disbelief S.T. Coleridge के द्वारा. Now the question is, who is S.T. Coleridge? So before we go for willing suspension of disbelief, who is S.T. Coleridge? So first thing that you have to remember, he is actually known as one of the most important writers of the age called Romanticism. Romanticism का सबसे leading author है with Wordsworth. Okay, now he is famous for Biographia Literaria. Biographia Literaria. This is his contribution in literature. Biographia Literaria. Along with that, he has written some great poetries. Kubla Khan, Christabel, then Rime of Ancient Mariner, along with that, Dejection and Ode, Frost and Ode, Nightingale and some other poetries. S.T. Coleridge was suffering from some severe back pain. He was also having gout. He was also bipolar. He was suffering from bipolar disorder. If we talk about his personal life, he was suffering from bipolar disorder. Bipolar disorder is a psychological disease that sometimes we behave very differently. Along with that, he was suffering from severe pain and gout. Now, why I'm mentioning this pain and personal life issues? Because of these things, his physician suggested him to take opium. S.T. Coleridge started taking opium. Now, opium is drug, अफीम. उसने अफीम खानी शुरू कर दी थी. You will see many writers in English literature were drug addict. It is said for Keats also, De Quincey, Jane Austen, Mary Shelley and some others that they were drug addict. Now, Coleridge started taking opium to handle the pain. His doctor told him that take some drugs so that you are not having the pain. But that had a great effect on his mind. One of his greatest work, Kubla Khan, is written under the influence of opium. कहते हैं कुबला खान अफीम के नशे में लिखा हुआ है. How? Now the story is, S.T. Coleridge was having, he was reading S.T. Coleridge was reading Samuel Purchas's Pilgrimage. He was reading Samuel Purchas's famous work Pilgrimage. In famous work Pilgrimage, he was reading about various places, Japan, Middle East, then Asia, Africa and other countries, China. He was reading this thing, having the effect of opium. He slept, and when he slept, he saw a dream of Kubla Khan, a great king, Kublai Khan. The name is Kublai Khan. When he woke up, he started writing it. So when he woke up, he started writing about his book that became Kubla Khan, right? And when he was almost at the half of the book, he was disturbed by a man from Porlock. Somebody came to meet him. Man from Porlock. This is clearly mentioned. Asterisk Coleridge himself says that a man came to meet me, man from Porlock. Now the man from Porlock who came to meet, after meeting him, when Coleridge tried to resume the writing, rewrite, he forgot everything, and that's why Kubla Khan is called a masterpiece. You know why? The writer has written his dream. So no mental effort, no science, no plus and maths. Something purely as a dream. It is a dream reverie. उसने जो सपने में देखा उसने एज इट इज वही लिख दिया. तो कितनी पोइट्रीज लिटरेचर में ऐसी हैं जो ड्रीम पे हैं. The real dream narrations, and that is also incomplete. So it's a kind of existence that they never existed. एक ऐसी चीज जो जिंदगी में थी ही नहीं, सपने में थी, पेन पे लिखी and gone. So that's the reason Kubla Khan is a masterpiece. It's very, very important. Now, talking about the personal life of Coleridge, it is said for him that all that he has written can be bound within 20 pages. All that he has written can be bound within 20 pages. But the cover will be of pure gold. But the cover will be of pure gold. This is a statement by Stupid Brooke. Stupid Brooke has written this line for Coleridge. All that he has written can be bound, can be written within 20 pages. Can be bound or written within 20 pages. Means, can be bound means it can be arranged. So Coleridge has written really less. Coleridge ने बहुत कम लिखा है. But the cover will be of pure gold. I'll have my another device. Please give me my another device. There's one more mobile phone. वो मुझे दे दो आप. So that I can see if I'm audible and you all can see me. So the cover will be of pure gold. All that he has written can be bound within 20 pages, but the cover will be of pure gold. So technically, what does it mean? It means that the quality rocks over quantity. Now we go to the topic. So our main topic today is, we have is willing suspension. Willing suspension of disbelief. Today we have this topic. This is the part of theory, and then I'll also go for the another theory related to the same thing. Willing suspension of disbelief. Here we go. Willing suspension of disbelief. Okay. Now I think I'm clearly visible to all of you. Okay. It helps me to know that if there is no trouble and the video is clear. So I keep checking. Because at my home there is no assistant to help me. So it's totally on my own. I switch on the light, I switch on the board, I arrange these things and I come here. So, willing suspension of disbelief. Willing suspension of disbelief. Coleridge says that when you write a poetry, writer must have the capability, writer must have or should have the power to make you forget your own reality, and get you involved in writer's world. in writer's world. Please write down this definition so that you all can understand. Writer, the one who is writing, must have or should have the power to make you. Who is you? You means reader. The reader. Make you forget your own world. You forget your own reality. And then you become the part of, you get involved in writer's world. Take the complete screenshot. I hope this definition is properly visible to all of you. Involved is visible and in writer's world is somewhat visible, right? Okay, now it's visible. So what you have to do is take a screenshot of this thing. Now try to understand once again. Writer must have power. Writer के पास ताकत होनी चाहिए. What? To make the reader forget your own world. A reader should forget the world of the reader and be the part of the writer. Just like in our childhood, we used to read comicses. When we were studying comicses as a kid, we would forget ourselves and we would get involved in dream world of the writer. This is how the writer achieves success. Writer's task is to make you involved in the story. Now, please remember the point. This is here we have the hack. Remember the point as I'll take the new slide. Remember the work Sublime on the Sublime by the greatest romantic critic Longinus. Longinus said that the writer's work or any sublime work should have transportation power. What is transportation power? Transportation effect. It should have transportation effect. Writer, Longinus, the first romantic critic, writer. He says in the big work on the Sublime, writer's work should transport the reader from his world to writer's world. A writer should have guts that if a writer is writing something, he takes you from your world to the writer's world. Means writer should achieve the mastery in this thing that the reader forgets the real world and the writer makes the reader involved in his world. Must be feeling tough. लग रहा होगा कि अरे सर ये तो बहुत मुश्किल थ्योरी है, समझ नहीं आ रहा है. चलो, let's go in Vineet Pandey style. Have you been to a magic show? Have you ever been to a magic show? कभी magicians के पास गए हैं magic show में? When you were in school, a magic show was there, some magician came. You know, these magicians, how they play the trick. They are there. The stage has surroundings, heavy color curtains, some skull, a lot of smoke, and some tantrums, some dress, some appearance, some loud music. It looks like some kind of scary thing, right? This is how the stage setting, what they do. They talk to the audience. You come. I will make you a peasant. मैं तुम्हें कबूतर बना दूंगा. देखा आपने कभी? आदमी को बंदर बना दूंगा, तुम्हें कबूतर बना दूंगा. There are so many people they do this. That okay, you come, I will cut you half, and don't worry, nothing will happen to you. So they call from people, from the crowd. You come, you come. Suppose they call me, and I'm like, me? It is 21st century. I know the magician cannot make me a peasant, cannot make me a monkey. But when the magician says you, yes, you, come, I'm a bit nervous. Why I'm nervous? When I'm 100% sure that it is not possible, he cannot convert me and change me into a peasant or a monkey. मुझे पता है कि वो मुझे कुछ नहीं बना सकता है, ऐसा possible नहीं है. But then still I'm scared. Why? Because the surroundings, the magical spell, appearance of the magician, somewhere it involves us that maybe something is possible. A reader is ready to leave the world and is trying to ready to fly in imagination. Horror movie concept. Let's take the reference of horror movie. You all love horror movies. जो भी horror movie पसंद करता है मुझे कमेंट्स में बता देना बाद में. वैसे प्राइवेट वीडियो है. You love horror movie, right? How do you know the ghost is coming? How do you know ghost is almost there? Midnight, blue light in the room, white curtains, some white light, maybe a watch at 3 a.m. and then some kind of sound, some imaginary thing, something like that, and we are expecting the ghost. What if the ghost is not there? It is just surrounding. Why the horror movie people, those who make horror movies, they use these kind of surroundings? Why the ghost never comes in the market? बिजी चल रहा है, ट्रैफिक जाम लगा और आपको घोस्ट जो है क्या बोलते हैं घोस्ट दिख रहा है. कभी ऐसा हुआ है ट्रैफिक जाम में हीरो हमारा फंसा हुआ है, हॉर्न मार रहा है, और हीरो इज ब्लिंकिंग द हॉर्न एंड honking again and again, and then he sees the ghost. I can see you. Yes, ghost comes when you're all alone. Ghost comes when it's night. Ghost comes when it's midnight, 3 o'clock. There are certain things. So in horror movie also, they have those effect, light blue surrounding, then gate, windows with a creaking voice. They have the voice like this. All those surroundings. Mirrors, medieval reference of almirahs, cupboards, havelis. Technically, they try to colonize your brain that something is going to happen. So when you believe something is going to happen, somewhere you have forgotten the faith. You are willingly suspending your faith. You are getting ready to believe in this thing. For example, right now I'm teaching you. I'm alone in my room. There are lights and I'm here. So I won't believe that there is a ghost. But now when I wake up in midnight, how many of you dare to see the mirror in the midnight when you're going to the washroom? रात को कितने लोग आधी रात को वॉशरूम जाने से पहले शीशे में अपने आप को देखना पसंद करते हैं, वो भी अंधेरा करके. In your room, there's a darkness. Room is totally dark. You have not switched the lights on. You wake up, you want to go to the washroom and you want to check the mirror. Have you ever felt like this? That what if there is somebody in the mirror? What if somebody is there? What if you are having a bad dream and you wake up and you feel that there is somebody around? Midnight, 3 o'clock, you have multiple assumptions because you believe that the ghost comes by midnight. Technically, the surroundings make us believe in this thing. Now, to make it understand in a perfect way, we are going to take the example of famous poetry Christabel by St. Coleridge. In Christabel, when the poetry starts, it is a ballad form. It is a ballad poetry, and here we have a girl, Christabel. Now, please see how Coleridge achieves willing suspension of disbelief in Christabel. When the poetry starts, Christabel is in the mid of the forest. Christabel is a princess, and it is the story. She is in the middle of the forest and praying for her lover. It is midnight. Midnight and middle of the forest. Now connect it. आधी रात, jungle, लड़की अकेली है, प्रार्थना कर रही है. The girl is praying for her lover in the midnight, in the middle of the jungle. Now, what kind of forest is that? The forest that is having autumn season. It has dropped its leaves. There is no leaf. There is no leaf. All the leaves are dead. How the forest will look without leaves? Scary. Branches, branches, branches. The girl is in the middle of the forest. Midnight surrounding. Midnight scene. Castle is far away. Imagine. Now, as you are visualizing this thing, imagine the moonlight. There is full moon. The moon is full. Full moon. But cloud. But clouds are there. So moon is playing hide and seek. Moon is playing hide and seek. Imagine, the moon is behind the clouds, the color changes, the forest color, moon comes out, the forest color changes. Imagine it, how does it look? डर लग रहा है? लग रहा है कि अरे सर तो डर लग रहा है. लड़की आधी रात को जंगल में है, घना जंगल था लेकिन जंगल में पत्तियां नहीं है तो ब्रांचेस है, और उन ब्रांचेस में से you can see the moonlight because moon is sometimes behind the clouds, sometimes there. Now, there is an owl, screeching voice के साथ एक owl बैठा हुआ है. There is just one leaf. Coleridge mentions this thing. In the forest, we have just one leaf left. The last of its clan. जितनी भी पत्तियां थी सब dead हैं, but one leaf is there, and that one leaf is being shaken by the wind. Coleridge says, is there a wind? एक पत्ती है और हवा से हिल रही है, but क्या वहां पे हवा है? Do we have wind? Coleridge makes us feel that no wind is there. He questions us. one leaf being shaken by the wind. Do we have any wind? And we're like, okay, something scary. Now the story starts. डर लग रहा है तो मुझे बता देना. I know you can't comment, you can't tell. Now see, Christabel is praying for her lover and then she overhears somebody crying. So there is somebody lamenting. कोई रो रहा है. Sorry, देखा जोश में पेन गिर गया. Now, Christabel, which is again a problem in our Bollywood. If you watch horror movie, when hero and heroine, they get some strange voice, so they will just step out, कौन है, and they will roam around the entire palace. अरे room को बंद कर लो यार, room को बंद करो, रजाई मुंह पे डालो and forget it. What should you do as a smart person? But no, they will search for the ghost. Same thing Christabel does. Christabel overhears a mysterious lamentation, a mysterious crying, goes to find out who is there, finds a girl behind a tree. The girl is crying behind the tree. She is alone. She is crying. It's totally mysterious that what that girl is doing there. Christabel tries to talk. The description of the girl, Geraldine, is that she is dressed in a white glimmering dress and it is just something like the moonlight. It seems that the scene of the night and the color of the dress is almost same. It's mysterious presence. Her face is somewhat white. But Christabel doesn't understand. Christabel says, who are you? She says, I am Geraldine. Now who is Geraldine? She's a witch. Geraldine is a witch. But remember this thing that Coleridge doesn't tell us she is a witch. Coleridge gives us hints. We have to understand. सिर्फ हमें मानना पड़ेगा. Coleridge जो है, Coleridge कोई इशारा नहीं कर रहा कि वो witch है या क्या है. Now Geraldine tells a story. She says, I am also a princess. मैं भी princess हूं तुम्हारी तरह. I am abducted. मुझे मेरा kidnapping हुआ है. I am abducted. The kidnappers have left me in the jungle and they are going to come back. So they will come back and that's why I'm crying. Christabel says, Fikr not, don't worry. My father is a king. Come with me. Christabel says, don't worry, don't cry. My father is a king. Come to our palace. Christabel is inviting that witch at home. She says, come with me. चलो मेरे घर. उसके पापा का भी नंबर लगने वाला है. खुद भी मरेगी, पापा को भी मरवाएगी. अब देखो. So, they take a walk. Now, Christabel and Geraldine gets convinced. She starts walking. She's like, fine. So, when they walk, now please remember the topic starts now. So, when they're walking, the first thing they find a mastiff bitch. Mastiff bitch at the gate, guarding the gate. Guarding the gate of castle. So normally there are dogs outside the castle. So there is a mastiff bitch. Mastiff is the breed of the dog. It is the breed. Now that dog is guarding the castle. Now what is special about this dog? Please remember, the dog used to bark to respond the wall clock. Wall clock, whenever the bell would ring, it would bark. Means it would only bark 24 times for 24 hours. Ton, barking. Another after 1 hour, ton, another barking. Means it was having, this dog, this bitch was having a habit of barking only when the bell would ring, the clock bell. Means it would not bark like ordinary dog. The dog is somebody who is habitual of barking when the bell rings 24 hours a day. When they come across this dog is sleeping at the castle gate. The dog doesn't wake up, but the dog does a growl. So when they are passing by, the dog does a growl. Grrr. What does that mean? Meaning is that the dogs can sense evil spirit. But as she was habitual of barking only for the wall clock, facing the evil spirit, seeing the evil spirit, it is trying to give a message to Christabel by doing grrr. But Christabel thinks that maybe she's seeing a bad dream. Christabel thinks maybe the dog has seen a bad dream. First signal ignored. Second signal, the castle gate. The castle gate is made of iron. It has iron, gold, silver, and other metal. If you go for the European Christian philosophies, you'll see that some of the zombies or the devils cannot face iron and silver. They cannot Dracula series, silver नहीं face कर सकता, light नहीं face कर सकता. So, when they have to cross the castle gate, iron gate, silver gate, Geraldine falls down. So when they are trying to cross the gate, Geraldine collapses. She falls down. Christabel helps her and helps her to cross the gate. The moment Christabel crosses the Geraldine crosses the gate, Geraldine becomes fit and fine. कुछ नहीं हुआ. Geraldine was fit before crossing the gate. Geraldine is fit after crossing the gate. But when she was trying to cross the gate, she fainted, she collapsed, she fell down. Again, a message that the evil spirits, even in Hindu philosophy, iron has goddess Durga. Some of you who have bad dreams, your parents tell you to have the keys or the knife under your pillow, right? My suggestion, only keys. Don't go for knife. What if you have seen some bad dream and you use the knife? But we have the mythologies. Christabel thinks that she's tired and that's the reason she's not able to cross the gate. But Christabel doesn't think why she's fine. She's fine again. Second signal ignored. ये क्रिस्टाबेल है ना, ये खुद भी मरेगी और उसको फैमिली को भी मरवाएगी, अभी देखना. Third thing. Now when they have entered in the castle, they are in the courtyard. They are in the courtyard. Christabel says, my father is not keeping well. He has bad health. So it is midnight. We will not trouble our father now. Come to my room, sleep in my room. Next morning we will talk to my father. तो क्रिस्टाबेल बोलती है कि पापा की तबीयत खराब है, सुबह बात करेंगे, आप मेरे साथ चलो. When they are walking, there is a lamp. What was the source of light at that time? Lamp with a dead flame, a very dim flame, dim light. Have you used those kind of lanterns, lamps, strong light, dim light? So there is a lamp in the courtyard that has a dead flame, almost low flame. But when Geraldine passes by, we see a fit of flame, a sudden fit of flame. आग का एक बड़ा सा भभका, a sudden fit of flame, boom. The lamp which was having dead light, when Geraldine is passing by, the lamp is like this, boom. It creates a lot of light. Again, that the fire is anti-evil spirits, and fire is also showing reaction that there is an evil spirit. Now, this also gets ignored. The fourth thing is connected to fire only, the fit of flame. When the fire creates a lot of light, under the light, the real face of Geraldine, is reflected on a shield. So there is a hanging shield. Fire created a lot of light. So having a lot of light, for a second, the real face in the mirror, shield becomes the mirror. Her real face is visible, which is scary. Her real face is visible in the reflection. But for a second, Christabel doesn't see that. ये वाला सिस्टम भी इग्नोर हो गया. अब नेक्स्ट नंबर लगने वाला है इसका बहुत जल्दी. Now they enter in the chamber They have entered in the room of the girl. What happens here? Important point. The soul of Christabel's mother, the soul of Christabel's mother comes to save the daughter. Soul of Christabel's mother comes to save the daughter. Geraldine can see the soul. Christabel can't see the soul. Geraldine and the soul, they talk. Geraldine murmurs, go now, this hour is mine. She is spellbound. What are the lines? Go now, this hour is mine. Geraldine says, go now, this hour is mine. This hour is mine. She is spellbound. What is this hour is mine? Ye samay mera hai, midnight time. Evil spirit become powerful by the midnight. Go now, this hour is mine. But our Christabel is so dumb. She thinks Geraldine is scared and is talking to herself. She is muttering some words because she is scared like hell. So maybe she is saying go now to those abductors, those kidnappers. And Geraldine makes the soul run away. Christabel को कुछ भी समझ नहीं आया. Next one. After the soul departs, Christabel offers her a drink. Christabel offers her Geraldine a drink. कहते ये लो दारू पियो. मतलब they have a system of red wine. So they offer a drink to each other. She drinks it, feels good. But when Christabel says, let's pray, as the Christians do, or maybe any devotee, Hindu, Muslim, anybody. So before you sleep, many of us have a habit of thanking the God before we sleep. So it is also a system in Christians that when they're off to bed, they thank the God for the day, right? Christabel says that let's go to bed, let's sleep, and before we sleep, let's pray. Geraldine denies to pray. Geraldine मना कर देती है प्रार्थना करने के लिए. Geraldine denies to pray. Again, Christabel is not getting it. Christabel thinks that maybe she is tired, scared, not having power to pray. जबकि वो drink पी के बहुत ताजा हो गए, fresh हो गए. But still, now comes the last scene. अब आएगा last scene. So when they go to bed and they are changing their dresses to go for the night dress, when Geraldine undresses herself, there is a big black mark, like a big mole. Under his neck near the breast, big black mark here under the neck near the breast. She forces Christabel to touch the black mark and says that you will not be able to tell anyone what happened with you. And do you know that the poetry comes to an end? Poetry khatam. Yes, Coleridge finishes the poetry here. What is the last proof? The black mark. The most important question in exam is they will give you all these things. Master batch, then iron gate, then fit of flame, then the reflection, then the soul of the mother, then denial of the prayer and the black mark. So how many signals are given by Coleridge which can make you feel that Geraldine is a witch? So he's telling us that Geraldine is a witch, but Christabel is going for the positive side, that she is tired, she is scared. It is Coleridge's attempt to make the reader feel. What did you feel? That she is a witch. What a reader feels, she is a witch. But Coleridge gives you another side, that maybe it is normal, maybe it is normal. But the entire surrounding makes you feel that no, it is not normal. This is willing suspension of disbelief. If you read the story in front of anybody, he will say, yeah, she was a witch. Because Coleridge wants you to suspend your faith and come back to the writer's faith. This is willing suspension of disbelief. This is the reference of Christabel poetry. I hope you have enjoyed the lecture, and all the students who are going to be the part of renewal batch, go for these things. Once I get back from Diwali, दिवाली पे अभी मैं घर जाने वाला हूँ. आने के बाद in a series we will start literary theory and criticism together. In offline batch today I completed new historicism, I completed reader response, structuralism and deconstruction. There are some tough terminologies, so my target is to teach you all the theory in a proper way. So we will go in a series, line से पढ़ेंगे so that you can relate, and there we will have a fixed time, 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock, theory. For 3 to 4 days, at one particular time we'll go for theory, one particular time we'll go for criticism. Your live classes will be increased. अब आपकी live classes बढ़ने वाली हैं. I'm almost done with my offline class. I will be totally free. We will be going for 3 to 4 live classes in a day. So maybe in one live class we'll finish criticism in the line, one live class will finish literary theory in the line, then culture study. Till then, stay tuned, पढ़ते रहो. और कुछ questions हो तो drop me the questions. You can also drop me the questions in the comments of the video. Thank you so much. And I hope you have enjoyed the lecture.